It's a Saturday, exactly 5:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and my great-uncle Thornton, twice removed, were heading into his 1985 Ford Supreme to this place called, I don't know if you know what it was called, but it was called Ricky Rat's, Chester Cheetahs. It was called Chuck E. Cheese's. So anyway, we were heading back from, I just came back from getting a root canal at the dentist, Dr. Nussbaum, who had a lot of hair up his nose. You ever notice that? How dentists always have a lot of hair up their nose? Anyway, my great-uncle Thornton, he just got out of jail for shoplifting a pack of Huggies and a 12-pack of Pedialyte. No one knows if it was for me or, and no one wanted to ask. He was a big fan of Krusty Cheddars. He was 69 years old, but when he was a kid, he got in trouble for sticking quarters up the great Charles's nose when no one was looking. I really like relish on my hamburgers. You ever notice that? When people really love relish? I mean, I really love relish. Relish. Oh yeah, the story. Sorry. So anyway, we pull up to the parking lot of our local rat pizza casino for people who snort crayon shavings. It seemed as if Uncle Thornton had teleported to the front of the store while I wasn't looking. For someone who's five times my age, he seemed more excited than me. Then again, he was the type of guy to wear Tony the Tiger t-shirts while watching Adult Swim in his favorite underpants. I meet Uncle Thornton aside. As I passed the kid check, I noticed the checkered lady. This is the 90s, by the way. I was almost in tears from glancing over at the Chuck, who was over on the one stage holding an engagement ring. Chucky whispered from like 20 feet away with rock music blaring, "This is my swamp." I saw it all happen. The rejection, the tears, the rebound from the show stage to the carousel where my Uncle Thornton was crying and wiping his crayon-shaped infested snot all over the ride. I've never seen the guy so upset. The last time I've seen him this upset was when the Powerpuff Girls was canceled. Man, do you remember that show? So anyway, my uncle and I made our way to the ball pit. Remember those? They smelled like pee-pee due to feces, rotten tomatoes, and three-month-old Skechers from the rack room. Remember Kmart? I always thought the logo looked like the Special K cereal logo. Pretty cool, huh? Oh yeah, so anyway, my Uncle Thornton was doing backstrokes in the disease-infested ball pit while whistling songs originally sang by Adam Sandler on SNL. Remember that bit where Adam Sandler was mimicking his grandmother, offering him pie, you know? "You want a piece of pie?" So anyway, my uncle, his skin started wrinkling from being in the ball pit for too long. He always looked like that. Sorry, never mind. So anyway, back to this totally real and true story. So my uncle and I make our way to the totally real showroom with totally real characters on their totally legit stage. And hey, who's that with Chucky? Chucky and his friends. Is that a freaking cat? Oh no, wait, that's my Uncle Thornton. He's doing the whip and the nay-nay, like all the cool kids doing this generation, right? Nah, but seriously, who's killing the funky chicken? Yeah, poor Helen. The tune slowly wrapped up, which was a cover of Elvis singing his famous hit song, Apple Bottom Jeans. Jasper sings Shoddy. I noticed Uncle Thornton pulled something out of his back pocket where he usually holds crushed up goldfish and lint-crusted butterscotch candies. He pulled out a lint-covered ring pop with ripped pieces of ticket stuck on the sucker part that was totally licked on like once. Then it happened. My Uncle Thornton kneeled down on one knee, like Tim Tebow, and proposed to the powerful rat known as Charles Entertainment Chungus. And then something weird happened. Keep in mind, this is totally legit and real. Like no one can make this up even if they tried. The powerful rat started to urinate all over the stage. It was beautiful and I started crying tears of joy. The urine changed colors into strange and wondrous lights from above, all spraying all over my poor uncle. I couldn't tell where Chucky's lemonade water ended and where my uncle's eye piss began. Then it happened. The technician of the store came over to Chuck and apologized. It appeared the big Chungus had an oil spill. My uncle was sad. The rejection was immense and too much for him. So naturally, he went back to the ball pit and cried. Then Chucky moved. I've never seen anything so cursed. Then I looked away and he heard clinking behind me. It seemed Charles had unbolted himself from the stage. I then realized, wait, how is that possible if he has only like 6 movements? I stood frozen to the spot. Then I remember how I mentioned urine. Remember how I mentioned urine earlier? Well, that's what was happening in my pants in the moment. Then without warning, a dance floor flew out of nowhere, like a fucking Superman, and said, "Animatronics are so outdated." And then I yelled back, "No, you're outdated. Dance floors are so 1960s. And then I summoned Bruce Lee and he karate chopped that first oversized floor iPad. All the kids, including my snot-nosed uncle, yelled at me because the ball pit was being uninstalled during this one-of-a-kind battle to the death. They said it was all my fault, but in my heart, I knew I had made history. Oh wait, yeah, the animatronic. So if you didn't know, pizza animatronics need compressed air to move. So Charles was on the floor motionless, with his hand up his bunghole and a few crushed goldfish in his ears. I looked back at my uncle, who is now stuck to the floor, like Robin Williams in Jumanji. Remember Jumanji? Oh, so anyway, my uncle was wailing the Dragon Tales theme song while stuck on the floor. He usually does that when he's scared. Remember Dragon Tales? I asked my uncle if he needed help. He responded with, "Ice cream sandwich." I asked in confusion, "The YouTuber?" He responded with, "No, ice cream sandwich." So I slunked over to the ice cream machine. Upon arriving at the pizza of frozen creams, I saw a purple arm behind the machine. The arm grabbed the machine and lifted it, revealing the identity of none other than what looked like a bootleg Barney the dinosaur. It asked me, "Are you gonna eat that?" Before attempting to eat the massive machine. Turns out he couldn't, and it ended up crushing the poor animatronic. I screamed in horror from what I witnessed and ran over to the ice cream machine, but everything was fine. I got a free Sonic popsicle from the impact. It had gumball eyes. I like gumballs. Remember gumballs? I remember gumballs. And then I looked over at my Uncle Thornton, who unexpectedly had escaped from being stuck on the floor. It was like one of those cartoony moments where part of the floor is missing and is wrapped around the character who had escaped. I thought to myself, I wonder how much this carpet would go for on eBay. So back to my great Uncle Thornton. So I'm standing, or should I say standing in front of the ticket muncher, straining in front of the ticket muncher. He wasn't wailing this time, but I could see his flaring nostrils that he was in great pain. All I could hear was the ticket muncher getting louder and louder. The munching and crunching sounds were maddening. And all the while, my uncle's face got redder than that tomato got. Remember VeggieTales? Anyway, while the ear-piercing munching sounds commenced, I briefly heard, "Tastes like ice cream." I then remembered that deceased purple animatronic had possessed the ticket muncher through an American electric song. As the munching sounds rose to a deafening bellow, I witnessed my uncle, his outy belly button crimson with that red stuff. That when I witness it in movies, I feel faint, fall to his knees, and escaped this accursed machine. Surprisingly, he got out with only a small cut on his belly button. Regardless of all the ketchup, we left the building for the day. My uncle and I hopped back in the Ford Supreme. We were surprised to see a human-sized white thing that looked like an animatronic duck. It was trying to constantly dive bomb into us. It seems that someone we knew would try to escape, because what looked like an Italian man in a white van started throwing pepperoni slices at us. They were all kinds of different sizes, so they obviously didn't come from the same pie. Gross. As I held back the urge to vomit, my uncle and I shot down that duck-bird thing like a game of Duck Hunt. Remember Duck Hunt on the NES? Anyway, how did we shoot it down, you ask? My uncle had a skee ball and chucked the thing like Babe Ruth. Remember baseball? As my uncle and I ran over to the remains of the white bird, which it rightfully deserved, we fled into the now empty parking lot of an abandoned Toys R Us. Remember Toys R Us? It seemed to have been cornered by the Italian man in the white van, but upon the man stepping out of the van, it seemed to be missing its bottom half. Wait, then how did he step out? Well, anyway, he hopped out with a stack of pizza pies, with the label on the boxes saying Pasquale's. Wait, is this 2020 or the 90s? I can't remember. Anyway, back to this legit and incredibly accurate tale for the ages. The Italian man fell over due to the imbalanced weight of the slices being in different shapes in mass. His head fell off. Off in the distance, we heard some slick licks from what sounded like an electric guitar made of cheese? Remember cheese? Anyway, the barking. We saw what looked like a dog riding a speaker with wheels, grinding on railings like he was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for the PS2. Remember Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for the PS2? Anyway, the dog confronted us and seemed very friendly. When he was about to speak, a car hit him like Brian on that one show with the glasses man with the green pants. Remember the Cleveland show? As the car ran over to his mangled mech, no, not endoskeleton, you FNAF boneless pizza heads, I could hear him sing one final tune about snorting chocolate brownie mix in Arizona. Remember Chicago? As Uncle Thornton and I pulled out of the Toys R Us parking lot, we made our way to the Burger King to order a number 15. Not just any number 15. A number 15 with extra Burger King foot lettuce. Remember that meme? As the day drew to a close, my uncle and I talked about our favorite CDI YouTube poops. Mine involve Hotel Mario and Luigi. And anime music videos. I tried my best to avoid the topic of cursed memes on r/binge bonge, but my uncle simply wouldn't have it. We stayed until 5 a.m. that day, and so did I, the narrator. Go tell your parents this is the soothing bedtime tale that is legit and 100% factually true. The end.